Hi, I'm here to answer a very common question that we get on the page. And we get it all the time. Paano magiging transgender? Unsaon pagka-transgender, no? Or how do I become transgender? Usually the way it's asked is, before the actual question, they usually say, I'm a lesbian, I want to become transgender. And I always answer that you're either trans or you're not, because it's an identity and it's not this process, right? Transitioning is a process, but it's not, you don't transition to become transgender, you transition because you are transgender. I hope that distinction is clear. Because the thing is, being transgender is an identity, right? So it's how you see yourself, right? So the dictionary definition would be a person who was assigned a certain sex at birth but does not identify with that sex at birth, right? With their sex at birth. So they identify as a different gender, whether it's male or female or both or neither or something else. Because the thing is, people don't wake up, people don't wake up and say, oh, I want to be transgender. Usually, you see other people like yourself and you realize like, hey, that person is like me. I'm like that. So it's more of a realization, right? Or a discovery of the word and an identification with that word. So, okay, just to be clear, you don't wake up and suddenly decide, hey, I want to be transgender today. No. What's the opposite of transgender? It's cisgender. Cisgender means that your sex assigned at birth is the same as the gender you identify with. Okay. I hope that answered the most common question that we get on this page. And I really hope, that we stop getting these questions. It's good to ask. But when I answer people, when I tell them that, no, you're either trans or you're not, I think they get pissed off. But you have to understand, when you ask an actual transgender person that kind of question, it pisses them off too. Like, it really pisses us off because it's asked all the time. Clearly, the person asking does not understand what they're asking. I don't know, really what people are asking is, how do I transition? These are probably the better questions you should ask. Like, how do I transition? How do I pass? How do I start hormones, surgery, etc.? And what else? I guess, how should I dress? Sometimes people ask that, like, what sort of hair would look nice on me? What name should I, take on? And, what else? So, these are the better questions that you can ask, and a trans person would totally answer you. But if you ask, how do I become transgender, it's very irritating, and we don't want to tell you how to transition if that's the question you ask. Some lesbians do take hormones. Some lesbians do get surgery. but that doesn't make them transgender, because it's not the hormones and it's not the surgery. Sorry. It's not the hormones and it's not the surgery that make you transgender. It's your self-identification, right? So please share this video so your friends stop asking this question, right? And tell them, let them know what are the better questions to ask, right? And before they consider transitioning, they should really look into themselves and reflect. Is this something I really, really want? Is this something I won't regret 5 years later? How do I really see myself? Cool. See you next time.